Hi everyone, and welcome back to Webbed Up Exotics. Today, as part of our monthly series, we're going to be talking about leopard geckos. So what better place to start than at the egg, right? So I was going into one of my leopard gecko enclosures today, one of the female enclosures obviously, and I was going to wet down her vermiculite, make her hide nice and moist to prepare in case she wanted to drop any eggs. And lo and behold, I see this little guy sticking out here. So we're going to do some excavating now, and I'm going to show you guys basically the first step in leopard geckos. So let's start excavating these eggs and see what we got here. If she laid one or two, I'm not sure yet. We're going to learn together, so we'll see. And I see one so far. Usually they're next to, yep, and there's the second one right there. And you can see they get kind of a silver sheen. That's just the vermiculite. No big deal. I'm going to brush most of that away. And we're going to treat it kind of like a dinosaur bones excavating project where you don't want to damage or turn the eggs in any way. We want to keep them in the same position so that the babies, the future babies inside, aren't destroyed by turning their embryos around or upside down and disconnecting them from their egg walls. So you got to be very careful when doing this. A lot of people like to mark the top of the eggs. I don't need to mark them. I just make sure I don't move them. I pick them out one at a time unless they're stuck together, and I put them in their new container. It's one quick motion, no flipping, no turning, and it keeps them in good, safe condition. So as you can see, we got two nice size eggs here. And we'll take a quick closer look at these eggs, just so you guys can see. And they're rather large for the size of a leopard gecko. A leopard gecko is usually 4 to 6 inches in length, give or take. Get some larger, some smaller, obviously, like any species. But their eggs are a decent size compared to most. These eggs are from a normal leopard gecko female and a mystery male that I have. I don't exactly know the genes on him, but he's created some nice babies so far, which you guys will get to see probably next month or the month after as part of the series. So for now, I'm gonna show you guys how to take these eggs out of the mother's hide and put them into their new enclosure, basically, I'm calling it, because eventually it'll be an enclosure when they hatch, but a place where their eggs are going to sit for the next 60 days, give or take. So we'll start. I already have this all set up. I put just dry vermiculite in, and then I took a squirt bottle and I sprayed it down real good. Don't want to make it soaked. You just want to get it nice and damp so that it'll keep the eggs nice and moist and not let them dry out and dry up and die. So they're not connected, so we're going to start with the first egg here. And I'm going to carefully take it out and set it in this little pocket I created there, as you can see. And then I kind of just push the vermiculite in around it to keep it from rolling or moving during any travels from here to the incubator. And these guys will sit in the incubator for roughly 45 to 60 days, give or take here or there, depending on a lot of factors. Usually the smaller the egg takes a little longer for the baby inside to grow. So the larger the egg, the faster they tend to hatch. So we're going to go and pull this second one out. I do like to make mostly females when I have them, and these guys, you are able to do that by controlling the temperature at which you incubate their eggs. So basically, if you keep the egg incubated for the 45 to 60 days at 80 to 84 degrees, you're going to get females every time. You'll have all females, no doubt, every time. If you keep your incubator set at 85, 86 to 89 or so, you're going to get males all the time, every time. If you keep your incubator set at 85, 86 constantly, you're going to get a good mix of males and females. So as you can see, we can remove the mom's hide. I'll show you guys real quick what these guys look like. I'm going to give them another little squirt just so they're nice and damp, and it'll clean off the old vermiculite as well. And that's it. These guys will sit in the incubator at, like I said, about 83 degrees, 82, 83 degrees, 45 to 60 days. And then they'll hatch out as little babies, which you guys will see next month in the next video of the series. As part of this series, I am going to show you guys the incubator I made, show you how it can be made fairly inexpensive out of mostly stuff you probably have already if you're an avid reptile keeper. So here's my incubator. As you can see, it's nothing fancy. I made it out of a thermostat that I had that I used for some bearded dragons I used to have. It is an Inkbird thermostat. You can get them on Amazon for like 30 bucks. But there are less expensive ones. You could probably get a single probe thermostat for about $25 on Amazon. And just use that to control the temperature in your egg incubator. So as you can see, this one is nothing but an old cooler that I had. I didn't have to modify it in any way. They had the drain hole, which I ran the thermostat probe in. And then I just taped the thermostat and screwed it down in place up top here, as you can see. And I'll show you the inside so you can get a look. I keep it at 82. Like I said, I like to incubate females. All I did was take a heat mat, a 7-watt heat mat, hooked it up to that thermostat. The thermostat is Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled, so it connects to my phone and I can set the temperature and monitor it from there. It does have alarms and sensors that tells me if the temperature goes too high or too low. This way I can keep track of my animals and make sure that the eggs are being incubated at the temperature that I want them at. All right, so first I'll show you these eggs quick before we end the video. These are 2 eggs that were hatched about a month ago. Not hatched, I'm saying hatched, but they were birthed about a month ago. So they got about another month to go in the incubator, and they should hatch out into be 2 beautiful girls, Max Snow and Raptor mix. And then the last one I have is the single egg. It's the normal female and the mystery male, and that one was about a month ago as well. So that one has another month or so before it hatches. So I'm going to take the new set of eggs. I put the date on, as you can see, today's date. I will set them in here. I like to keep them all the same length away from the heat mat so that none of them get hotter than others. And that's it. This is the incubator. I made it for about 30 bucks. I had the heat pad, I had the cooler. I put everything together and I've been using it for months now with no issues. The temperature stays consistent all the time. I've hatched out 4 females in the last 2 months, I would say, give or take. But yeah, that's it. Please like and subscribe the video. Come back for more. Hit that bell so you get notified when the next video in the series drops. And we'll see you again. Thank you for coming to Webbed Up Exotics. Get stuck.